Welcome to Geek Speak Live.
Hello, Geek Speakers, and welcome to Geek Speak Live. I'm your host, Todd Bailey. Joining me on the podcast tonight,
What?
I was about to say it's not an empty chair. It is.
Wake up's on the pots and pans.
It's that. What was that? What was that move?
Well, I'm trying to instigate. Hang on.
Right.
No?
Okay.
Yes?
No. It's too padded. You've got a buffy head.
Don't be telling people I've got a buff head.
No. You've got a bouffant head. Bouffant.
You can't just say buffy in French and expect it to be.
I only speak a little bit of French. Fromage, camembert.
Jacques Cousteau.
Jacques Cousteau. Ménage à trois.
That's about as far as my French knowledge goes.
You had a ménage à trois with Jacques Cousteau.
What? Just hang on. Shh, don't be telling people that. Hello to everyone watching at home already. Scott, Laura, Paul.
I'm going to do that romper room thing. I can see Danny watching, and I can see Scott watching, and I can see Paul watching.
Up the back.
And Paul, put your pants back on.
What the hell, man? We can see both ways. What the heck?
I was just about to say, that intro of ours, we need to update that, because that's how old that intro is. I have hair. I haven't had hair for a couple of years now.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
I'm going to need to grease the seat. It's very squeaky. I had my nephews and nieces here this week after school. Uncle Todd was the babysitter again. What an awesome place to babysit kids. Here on location at Kaboom Comics, right? But get this, my nieces and nephews aren't super geeky. They're not really into comics.
Oh.
I know.
So they don't really care.
I feel like I've failed, right? Because they're the two boys are gamers. They are huge. They love watching what's that? Twitch.
Yes.
They would sooner watch someone play a video game than play it themselves.
Okay.
Right?
Good.
And actually, you've heard of Dr. Disrespect?
Yes.
Right, he got booted off Twitch.
He got banned.
So, me being me the other day, I said to the kids, kids, youth, young ones, who is this Dr. Disrespect? And what's his go? Anyway, so the two boys, Cooper and Ethan, were like, oh yeah, we watched Dr. Disrespect and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, and why did he get booted off? No one knows. It's a giant conspiracy theory, Uncle Todd.
But he signed a big contract like no less than 6 months ago.
Exactly.
To come across to Twitch.
Twitch hasn't said anything. He hasn't said anything. There was an interesting little... Because I didn't get the answers I wanted out of my nephews. Because I think they just looked at me like, old man uncle there has no idea what the hell we're on about. So I ended up just Googling a news story and then I went down a rabbit hole.
Yep.
And there was actually a clip of his last show, and it showed, they said if you watched it, like, insofar, it's such a minute, he looks at his phone. So his phone must have gone off, he's in the middle of his thing, and he looks at it, and they said his whole demeanour changed. So whatever was sent to him, and he said something like, we're all in this together, and they reckon, the whole demeanour of his show changed after that point, and they reckon he must have been told something, or something come through on his phone mid-show, and...
Yep.
Yeah, that happens here when someone messages me and says the Cowboys have lost. Cowboys are playing tonight, by the way, so if someone can be really, really lovely and keep me updated with scores in the comments, yay.
But that Dr. Disrespect, he plays a character.
He's like
it's not himself.
Yeah, I had to do a bit of research once again, because I said to the kids, what's he like? And they're like, oh, he's cool, he plays such a game. And
he's got a mustache.
Yeah, and I'm like, that doesn't tell me shit. Right? I have a mustache, am I cool? To which the boys just look at me and go, no.
You're not on Twitch.
You're not on Twitch. You don't even know. You called it a tweet before, Uncle Todd, Itch. You called it Itch. You kids watch those videos on Itch?
It was on Twink.
I hope not. Anyway, so I did a bit of research, and so it's a persona that he puts. He's actually signed with one of the big Hollywood talent agencies.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he wears the mullet, he puts the aviator glasses on, and it's I think the mo or whatever is real, but the whole persona is an 80s macho. Yeah.
And he claims to be the 1994 World Nintendo Champion. And the guy that was the actual Nintendo Champion from 1994 kicked up such a stink about it because he's so pissed off that Dr. Disrespect
is claiming
that he's like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
That's not the same guy who was that doco about Donkey Kong.
No, it's another bloke again.
Oh, okay. Have you ever watched that doco?
I have.
Now,
It was King of Kong.
King of Kong. If you've never watched, it's an interesting documentary to watch. Can you watch it? Is it streaming anywhere? Or?
There are sites that you can watch it.
But anyway, it's called King of Kong, and it is fascinating to actually watch about the competitive nature. And they get some of the guys who held the record or missed out on the record back in the day, and they actually go back and play Kong trying to beat Donkey Kong. We grew up playing that game, didn't we? Watching that game,
And it's interesting. The guy that claims to be the guy who's got the highest score, didn't actually play Donkey Kong on a machine. He played it on an emulator, which is it's a hacked computer to play the game. So it wasn't. So there's a lot of conjecture about it. Yeah.
It's a fascinating thing to watch, and they were doing a follow-up, weren't they, about another game? Because there was that famous place in America. There was like a games arcade that used to host what they'd say the world tournament.
Cool.
So all these people would come to this, and it's one of them dodgy. It looks like a Chuck E. Cheese kind of thing nowadays. And the guy, he used to wear like umpire gear, and he was the official adjudicator for the championship.
Such a great time to have been living.
Yeah, but watch it, King of Kong, really interesting. I'm sure you can even see chunks of it probably on YouTube by now. Speaking of new stuff that is hitting this weekend, Ginge, there's a new Todd McFarlane documentary.
It is tomorrow. This time tomorrow we'll be watching it.
What's it called? It's The Hell I Won't or something.
Yeah,
or
The Hell I Won't.
The Hell I Won't. So any of those people who know me really well know I'm a massive Todd McFarlane fan. A, because he shares a fantastic first name, Todd. I've actually met the man at Supernova Brisbane a couple of years ago, and I'll tell you what, one of the nicest guys you could ever hope to meet in the comic book industry,
and
right?
So down to earth. Yeah.
So down to earth. Such a natural, just charming guy to talk to. Real switched on businessman. Anyway, so there was a video came out, say early 2000s, called The Devil You Know. And it's one of my all-time favourite docos, and it's about Todd McFarlane. Well, now they've gone, Sci-Fi Channel's gone and done a new updated documentary, and like Mark Silvestri's interviewed in it. There's a whole bunch of guys, Dan Fraga. And so, that goes live this weekend. Now, for us here in Australia, it's going to be pretty hard to watch it because we don't get sci-fi, we don't get that version of sci-fi over here.
I'm not going to say a word.
Because someone's going to be working overtime to acquire this for me through proper channels. Anyway, that's out. And then you put me onto one yesterday, Alex Ross.
Yes.
About a half-hour doco on Alex Ross.
It is a half-hour doco. It goes. It talks about his, life in comics, his process of how he creates the art.
For those at home who are like, who the hell's Alex Ross? Kingdom Come, Marvels. His work is painted. He's not what you call a comic artist. He's a comic painter. Now, when that come along, his first real project that shot him to fame was Marvels, right? It was a painted story. And then he went across and did one of my all-time favourite DC books, Kingdom Come.
Yep.
That book with Mark Waid is one of our top sellers. Always a perennial thing. If someone's new to comic, they want, I want something epic, and we just go, read Kingdom Come. Yep. And the little Easter eggs that he put, like the Beatles in their Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club, the monkeys. He put the monkeys in the book. There's all these pop culture references, and it's all painted, and the detail.
Yes.
Remember Wizard Magazine, one of our other favourite go-tos? Wizard Magazine had a behind-the-scenes story once where they'd actually gone in and blown up panels and had a list of Easter eggs, and you used to sit there and flick through the pages and check against Wizards.
Yes.
It's phenomenal. But anyway, so they've got a doco about him. Mm-hmm. I watched half of it today before I got really, really busy at work and couldn't watch any more. I was thoroughly enjoying it.
Yes, and it was interesting, his perspective, because he comes from doing art for commercials.
Yeah.
Print, and then pushing into the comics field. And it was interesting to see his process from start to finish. Yeah.
He just went back and did a classic shot of the Justice League. Now, he did that, he said, when he was 20. And there's been prints made of it, shirts, mugs, everything else of that iconic lineup of the original 7 of the Justice League. And he said that he's just gone back during COVID and redone it. Oh, cool. So he's gone, I've looked at, I've redone that piece and fixed the flaws that his 20-year-old self put into the artwork. I've gone back and redone it. And I must admit, I looked at it and went, I don't see a lot of difference. It is probably a bit sharper, a bit more polished.
It's just for himself. Yeah.
He did it just for himself.
He was talking about how years ago, things looked okay, to release. But he said nowadays, 90% of the time, he'll put a mirror up so that he can look at the art from a different angle.
Yeah.
To then see, those eyes aren't quite right.
He's a fascinating bloke, but so far I don't think they've shown it, at least not the documentary so far that I've watched. Mm-hmm. But there are clips somewhere on YouTube where you can see his collection, and you should see his art room and his collection. He's got the life-size busts and stuff like that based on his artwork. And in that doco, he's saying how he's been playing with sculpture.
Yes.
And I, like, no joke, I
Yeah.
envy these guys that are so talented, right? He's like, I'd just been, during COVID,
Oh,
because
just mucking around.
my
yeah.
workload dropped from what, well, he thought was way too much work. He was like, how am I going to get all this done? Down to 1 week's worth of work a month. So he said, for the other 3 weeks, I potted around, and he said, I busted out and worked on sculpture, and it flashes to a friggin' Thor,
Yeah.
a
yeah.
version of Thor's head
Yeah.
that he's made and coloured and
And
everything
it's
else.
old school with the wings coming off the helmet.
And
yeah.
I'm just looking at it going, oh, you just played around with pottery. You know, like, oh my fucking God,
You
this guy
son of a bitch.
He's one of those guys, as far as I know, he's never come to Australia for a convention. I fingers crossed, I hope and pray that Alex Ross one day will come to Australia. Because even if he went to Sydney or Melbourne for a supernova, I'd fly down there just to meet him. It's like Tom McFarlane. If
Yes.
he comes back again, I'm going wherever he is in Australia. I will take time out
For
of
a convention, not just rock up to his hotel.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
maybe.
I'll just rock up and go, hey!
Hey, Todd, remember me? It's Todd.
The power of Todd combined.
Alex Ross has his own YouTube channel, so he actually releases a lot of videos at the moment.
Yep.
And I noticed that he talks about taking photos as reference for the comics. And I noticed that he makes his own image, Captain America.
Yeah.
You can really see in the profile.
If you're an artist, though, wouldn't you want to inject a bit of yourself
Yeah.
into your work?
Yeah.
I mean, if I was a painter, fucking Batman would look a bit like this. To which I reckon I'd get editorial going, take the beard off him. Batman
What
doesn't
the
have a
actual
beard.
fuck, man?
It's called the Bat Beard. Hello, Kent, who's watching. Hello, Neil. Good to see you guys tuning in. I know for a fact that Neil is cooking a roast dinner right now.
He's doing what now?
Now, Neil's a British guy, so he might not be familiar with the whole Tom Cruise lamb
Yes.
ads. Do you remember that?
From the early 90s.
Um,
Where it's a radio...
TV as well.
Yeah, the radio announcer rings up some woman and says, oh, you've won a all expenses date with Tom Cruise.
And she goes, I can't, Mum's cooking roast lamb tonight. And she passes up a date with Tom Cruise.
Must
for
have
roast
been
lamb.
a friggin' good lamb roast.
So, Jono, I know you said you were making a roast dinner tonight. I hope it's good enough. It must be not as good as Geek Speak because you're tuning in watching us while you're cooking.
Or at least just listening to our lovely voices.
Remember, the best way to get the potatoes, you boil them first. If you want crispy potatoes, super crispy potatoes,
Yeah.
boil them first and then rough them up with a fork before you cover them with oil and pop them in the pan.
Really?
So, Jamie, you give them a little bit of a push and break them, because the more rough bits on them, that makes them more crispy. Jamie Oliver, Pakataka, taught me that.
Did he ever pour Coke over the top of them?
No?
No.
Have you ever done it?
I've never done it, no, but I'm just
Why would
saying.
you fucking suggest it then?
So that there's a little bit of caramelisation for
No, you
it.
don't put fucking Coke, you sprinkle a little bit of brown sugar for caramelisation. God, anyone knows that.
Never thought we'd be talking about cooking.
We should do actually an episode where we have some geeky. Actually, I'll talk about.
Oh
it.
shit!
No.
Where this is just like in the cartoons where you see
The light bulb.
and you see the railway tracks being put in front of the train as it's going. We're just making this shit up as we go.
My wife got me onto a show on YouTube called like Binging with Babish or Basics with Babish. Right, he does a couple. This guy is he's just a YouTube guy. He doesn't have to work ever again apart from just doing YouTube content. He's got
Okay, then.
7 million subscribers or whatever. And he does different dishes, and he shows you here's the basic way of doing it. Here's the really amped up if you want to spend a bit of money how to do it. And he's just got this real dry, lovely commentary. The way he does it. He does geek recipes as well. He'll take a thing out of a movie or even a cartoon. You know, in an episode of The Simpsons, they did dessert hot dogs.
Okay.
Right? And so Marge says about how it's cookie dough, this, a meringue thing. He made them.
Oh shit.
He actually made them from scratch and goes, I'm going to make this. He did the Some Bitches cookies from How I Met Your Mother.
Okay.
You ever watch that?
No.
Yes, the Some Bitch. And so the cookie becomes known as the Some Bitch.
Okay.
He made them from scratch. He did 2 lots. He goes, this is the ones that look like from the show. This is how I'd amp it up and make it a little bit better. And yeah, so it's Binging with Babish or Basics with Babish. It's on YouTube, and he does do geeky recipes in there as well. He'll take something from a geek movie or whatever and make it in real life.
Jono's just said, yes, that's how I do my spuds too.
See, did you
there
watch
you
Jamie Oliver?
Well, there you go.
Because that's how I picked it up, and I watched it years ago, and I started making all my potatoes like that. And then people used to say to me, how do you make your potatoes so nice and crispy like that? I'm like, fucking secret.
How many people have said that to you?
Tons. My own family.
What,
my
more
mother
than
and father.
5?
Yeah. My
6?
in-laws. I make when I do the potatoes at Christmas time and that. I make them special.
You've never made potatoes for me.
It's because you're not fucking special. I've cooked for you before.
Not spuds.
Oh, I'll make you some. Righto.
No. Had your chance.
I made jambalaya on the weekend.
You can never
And I totally forgot
never
to...
invite me over.
No, Danny did. Danny said, "Oh, we're going to make it, and I'll let you know, Ginge." And I totally forgot to actually keep some aside.
Didn't
for you.
invite me over.
I ate the lot,
Didn't. Son of a bitch.
and it was delicious.
Son of a bitch.
What else you got for me?
Well, we got a bit of news this week. Other sons of bitches in the universe. DC Universe. We keep on
not
talking
again.
about DC Universe. This week, DC Universe dropped their yearly subscription model.
Go back. Even I haven't heard this one. What?
Yeah, so when you go on their website and you pay subscription, you can only pay per month. They're thinking that's because in 12 months' time, it's not going to be around.
Fuck.
And then the news came out also
Is that for, that's for physical. They used to post physical comics too. You subscribe to physical comics. Is that what that is?
DC Universe. The
streaming. Oh, okay. Yep. Okay.
And now with Stargirl going across to the CW, that's not on
I've been
DC
enjoying.
Universe.
I've been enjoying Stargirl, right? And the reason I think I enjoyed it so much is because it wasn't a CW show, right?
But now it is.
They're gonna fuck it up.
The pricing is going to just go down to the CW network. Doom Patrol and the Harley Quinn animated series is going across to HBO Max.
Okay, good, because I might finally get to watch properly the Harley Quinn cartoon. I've watched clips on YouTube.
Yes.
Where they split an episode into, is it 4 clips? But the quality's all over the place, and it's shit to watch it that way. It was the only way we could watch it over here.
Yep.
Harley Quinn's voiced by Kaylee Kuko. And Diedrich Bader comes back and voices
Oh, shit,
Batman.
really?
Yeah, he's
I
the
didn't
voice
know
of
that.
Batman in that. Yeah, so he was in Batman Brave and the Bold.
Yep.
Well, he's voicing Batman in the Harley Quinn animated series.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
The trailer for The Boys came out.
Did you watch the clip, the shark?
Holy shit, man.
The whale, sorry, did you watch the whale?
Yes, with the speedboat. Holy shit.
If you enjoyed Boys Season 1,
Oh.
Season 2 is going to blow you away. That is September. that it
September
drops.
4.
And news out today, it has been renewed for a Season 3.
It has indeed.
We're going to get a Boys Season 3.
And they are also creating an after show.
After show, like After Boys.
So it's going to be called Prime Rewind.
Ooh.
Inside the Boys.
Oh, that sounds a wee bit
Hey,
on the
they made the name.
Hey, who come up with that name? It's a wee bit on cheeky side, that isn't
It's
it?
interesting that they're doing so many of these after shows. You know, like
Like
the
they did
Talking Dead.
Talking
and-
Dead. I was going to say Big Brother Up Late. Remember that back in the day? Have you watched any of the new Big Brother?
No, come on.
I watch it because I'm.
Hang on, what you do?
No.
Hang on, what?
No.
Hey, you got to say the truth here.
No, I have not watched any of it. What I was saying was every day I check news headlines, and I'm trying to wean myself off news.com, right? I've been actually check out Al Jazeera. Fantastic news source.
All right.
Al Jazeera English.
Yeah.
But news.com, this is another part of the reason I'm fucking getting rid of news.com, is every day the top stories are all about the new fucking Big Brother. And I'm like, I didn't even know that shit was back. Sonia Kruger's hosting it or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't she from around here?
Sonia
Originally?
Kruger? I don't know. You're telling the
she was
story.
originally from around here.
Was she? If anyone can tell us that would be really, really good.
Paul said, how do you do crackle pork?
Pork crackle. No, he's actually asking crackle pork. Did you put it backwards? You mean pork crackle? I usually just...
Are you actually asking Paul? Or
What?
is he just going to go off on a tangent and tell you how to
Me?
make...
Oh, I was going to say, I score the pork. I'll rub a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper and that into it, and of course butter. And cook it up that way. But can I be honest, right? Because I have like gallstones sitting in here somewhere that show up every once in a blue moon. You know, the one thing that will always trigger me feeling uncomfortable?
Why do you have gallstones in your boob?
Well, it's down here, I meant gallbladder, down around here, right? So the one thing that triggers me to have really bad indigestion and heartburn and stuff is pork crackle. So I have not eaten pork crackle in quite a few years.
Poor bastard.
Yes, poor me.
Laura said the last episode of Stargirl was so good.
I am behind. Let's not talk about it because
shit.
I've only seen up to episode 4. That's as far. I've got more episodes there to watch. I haven't had time. I've been really, really busy. So yeah, I'm behind. I will catch up. You haven't watched any of it. You haven't watched Goonies yet, bitch, have you?
Of course I haven't watched Goonies. So someone put it...
I shared the other day The Princess Bride, where all those different actors and
Yeah,
actresses.
have recreated it
I put it
over
on
the
Geeks because
COVID.
straight away, and I was almost going to do a really smarmy post and go, maybe Ginger will finally watch this. And I thought, no, it'll be nice. Mm-hmm. Did you end up watching that clip though?
A little bit of it, yeah.
That was so
I had no
cool.
idea what it
All
was.
those,
What it was.
This is because you haven't watched fucking Princess Bride.
Yeah, well.
It was really, really. You do my head in, you know that. It was really good, that little clip. So there's another thing. I meant to send it to you today. Got busy. It popped up. It went again. There's a guy, I think he's an Australian who works in the film industry or something, and he's trying to do, so if you want to be a star, they're saying to people, I think it's this weekend or next weekend, there's like a script or what you can pick a bit to film
Cool.
and send in, and from all around the world, they're going to pull it all together and make a little mini movie of, you know, all these people acting bits and pieces out all over the thing. So, yeah, keep an eye on that. So, sorry I didn't send it to you. As I said, it's...
Son of a bitch. What movie? What
I
script?
don't know. I just...
It better not be the fucking Goonies because I'd have no context to understand why am I doing this scene?
You could play-
Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this?
I don't know. Would you stop touching yourself? It's awfully awkward. And slightly arousing.
No one has commented about how great that shot was. I mean,
The truffle shuffle. You didn't actually have your shirt up. It's not a proper truffle shuffle.
Laura's just said maybe she shouldn't spoil by telling you all about it.
No.
Talking about
No.
Stargo.
No. I'll tell you what I did watch this week. We barely turned our TV on this week, all right? We've been watching videos on tiny houses, right? We're on a bit
Yes.
of a bent for tiny houses at the moment.
Okay.
And binging with Babish and basics with Babish. So I've been watching a lot of cooking stuff. But we did one night this week watch a bit of a rom-com with Ali Wong.
Ali
right?
Wong.
So the wife says to me, she goes, you want to watch this movie? And I'm in one of them moods, I'm like, I just ate tea. I'm like sitting there going, you know, just sitting there going, I don't care what you put on, wifey, just put it on, you know. And she's like, do you want to watch this rom-com with Ali Wong? I have no idea who that is, right? Yeah. She puts it on, and I'm full on thinking, oh, this is going to be boring as batshit, right?
Yep.
I was blown away. It was actually really, really good. It's called Always Be My Maybe.
Yes.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have heard of this.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic for a rom-com. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was talking to a couple of guys in the store today, and I'm pretty sure, Jono, you've seen it as well. I think we talked about it. And 2 thumbs up. So if you're looking for something to watch at the moment, it's Netflix. Always Be My Maybe with Ali Wong. So very, very good.
I was reading an article this week. Steve Carell was saying he was in the movie called Crazy Stupid Love.
Yep.
And he the working title for the entire production was called The Wingman, which essentially is what the movie's about.
Yeah.
But then the producers changed it for the release, and he's like, not too many people went and saw it because not too many guys like me and you went along and said, "Could I get 2 tickets to Crazy Stupid Love, please?" But he said, if it had been called The Wingman, how many more guys would have come along?
What was that movie? We bought tickets. We were shooting a scene for a film of ours.
Baby Mama.
Baby Mama, right?
Yes.
We had to get into the cinema to be able to film a few shots, and we wanted Cinema 5 here in Toowoomba at the old Strand because not a lot of people go to it. It's up the top.
Yep.
And we're like, what movie is showing in Cinema 5? And it was Baby Mama at the time, and you've gone, oh, fuck, we'll grab a couple of tickets. There was you.
No one's going to be
was
wanting to watch that on a Sunday morning.
3 actors, you
Yep.
as a director, and
I was on camera as well.
you're on camera. All right, there might have been 5 of us all up. And it was Sunday, wasn't it?
It was a Sunday morning. I think it was like 10 o'clock or something.
So we thought, perfect time to do it. Ain't going to be busy. It's Cinema 5 upstairs. It'll, you know. Mm-hmm. So we filmed there, and the movie had, I think the credits had started. No one had really come in.
No.
I think just as the movie started, 2 more people walked in.
Yes.
Right? And you've packed up. You're like, okay, cool.
And I'm like, are we going? And you bastards wanted to sit and watch it.
We said, fuck off. We've got tickets to Baby. No, we'll sit here and watch the movie. You've paid for we've paid for the tickets. I think you and I paid for the tickets.
Yeah.
And me being a tight-ass Scotsman, I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, we're sitting here and watching the movie.
Instead of going and filming the rest of the movie
Yeah.
that needed to be done.
We're like, we can take 2 hours out of our morning to watch this movie. And it turned out to actually be a pretty good movie with Tina Fey and...
It was a Saturday Night Live cast members.
Yeah, is it Amy
Poehler.
Yeah. And so we watched Baby Mama, and it was just one of them awkward things because I'm pretty sure with the look on the girl's face when there's like 5 guys have rocked up and gone, morning, and she's like, morning, what movie are you here to see? And I'm like, Baby Mama. Baby Mama? You know?
Hey,
Turned out it was a good film.
You think so?
You and I went to a chick flick too once.
I don't be telling them.
No,
Stop
'cause
telling
we-
people this stuff.
We won tickets.
We've told people this story
Yeah,
before.
but I'm sure we've done more than one chick flick together.
Don't be telling people this.
He cries like a little...
Hey, it's a dusty old theatre, and sometimes it gets in my eyes.
Does it? Is that why do you...
Allergies.
Why do you sob so much then?
Because
Anyway, what else you got for me?
Robert Kirkman.
Yes.
You would know from The Walking Dead.
Creator of The Walking Dead, Invincible, also an Image partner nowadays.
He's a little bit upset this week
Why is Robert upset?
because him and the producers of the television show claim that AMC have cheated them out of money.
This has been going on for a while, actually.
Yes.
There's been numerous people involved who have said AMC have screwed them out of royalty payments,
Yes.
residuals, everything else, even upfront, like... They were told you're going to get a check for blah, and then the check comes in and it's a couple of grand under and all this kind of thing. AMC have been playing some dodgy games for a while, and there's this niggling rumour going around that they are in trouble. Like, financially, AMC's not doing too good. So, wait and see.
They are saying that the dollar amount, is billions. With a B.
Billions.
Billions of dollars they've been cheated out of.
Jesus.
But this week, it's finally gone in front of a judge, and the judge went, I don't really know about this.
Why?
He's sided with the defendants, with AMC.
Oh, really?
But it will go to trial, but the judge at the moment, it's not looking good for Kirkman and the producers.
We've talked about it a few weeks ago, but yeah, Kevin Smith with the Weinstein company, where he was still making movies with Harvey and Bob Weinstein,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And but at the same time, he was having stuff before the courts to get the accountant, like the
Yep,
books for
yep.
the movies, because he's sitting there, he's making a brand new movie, and he's like, we still haven't been paid properly for the last movie that came out like 4 years ago. And apparently that's how Hollywood works. A lot of the time, you've actually got to kind of subpoena them and go put your the books for the movie in front of a judge. And the judge goes, yeah, you've shorted them by like 3-4 million in things. This is how Hollywood works.
You sons of bitches.
Cheap ass.
Laura said, we love that movie. So funny. Baby Mama.
Yeah, it is a good movie. Bridget, hi Bridget, you missed us
Hey.
last week. She says, whoops, lost track of time. Evening, gentlemen, all three of you. Yeah, look,
Will you stop talking about Mike? He's just a glorified camera holder, all right?
he is seriously gonna friggin' mess your side of the screen up soon. Mike, don't just ignore him, mate.
I'm
Don't
sick
worry
to death of being unfocused, and you're the one in focus.
What can I say? I just draw the attention. It's the beard.
This week, Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves is in that Ali Wong movie that I just spoke about. By the
Really?
way. Yeah, playing
Oh
himself.
yeah, and
And it's over the top version of Keanu Reeves. Yeah, it's fucking funny. Anyway,
there's a few Keanu Reeves news stories this week. The Washington Redskins have decided to change their name.
yes. After all these years, they have dropped it as a racist name.
Yes.
Now there was a lot of conjecture. There was a lot of speculation as to what they were going to name it. A lot of people don't want to. There's a hashtag hail H something or other, which meant hail to the Redskins or something
Okay.
like that. HTRS or something like that. They were going to try and keep it. So they were thinking Red Wolves.
And the Red Tails.
The Red Tails, but the Red Wolves, a lot of ex-players and commentators were going, that would be really good, because then you got your home ground, you can call the Wolf Den. Your playing group, you can call the Wolf Pack. So everyone was like, if you were odds on betting for it, it was like, it's probably going to be the Red Wolves, right? The Washington Red Wolves.
Yeah.
And then...
Yesterday happened, and they went, you know what? We should name it after the team that Keanu Reeves plays for in the Replacements movie.
The Washington Sentinels.
Yes.
Now, they have actually someone has read the NFL?
The corporation that does all the websites for the NFL.
Yeah.
They registered the domain dcsentinels.com
Right.
in the last 3 days.
Right.
So everyone went, that's it, that's the name. But then news came out this morning,
What?
Have you not seen this news?
No.
Oh.
Do tell, sir.
Oh, dude.
What?
Oh.
What? What are they named it?
So they went and had this big board meeting. They come out of the board meeting. They're going to be called Washington Football Team.
Are you? Hang on,
That-
are you taking the piss?
I am absolutely 100%. It's an official release. They've got all the artwork. It's the same colours, so they've got that maroon, burgundy, and gold colour. There is no logo. It is just Washington Football Team.
Do you think
that is it?
Because the owner held out for years, he was dead set against changing the name, and he's been pressured now because of the change worldwide going on, right? Do you think he's just gone, fine, we'll change the name. Oh, we'll change the name, all right. And then they've gone, well, we're going to get the Red Wolves, we're going to call it the Washington Sentinel. He's gone, Washington Football Team. That's all you're fucking getting. Do you reckon that's what he's done? He's done it on purpose?
What they're saying is that is what they're going to continue on with until they make the decision more permanent name.
Why fuck around
I
with
don't
it?
know.
Pick a name.
I don't know. I thought the DC Sentinels was pretty cool.
I think that's really cool. Because then, if you're a DC comic fan, there was a former Green Lantern, Alan Scott, the original Green Lantern. He later became, in the DC Comics, he was known as Sentinel.
Okay.
You could always cosplay at your footy game as Alan Scott. And he had the coolest costume too, the red and green. Have you never seen Sentinel?
I don't think I have.
Oh, I need to look at... You entertain the folks while I find a picture of Sentinel.
But then what you'd need to do if you cosplayed as him, you'd have to do the maroon and gold colouring of the costume.
No, you can't do
You'd
that.
have to,
You
because
can't.
then no one would know who you're supporting.
Comic fans would. I would.
The second bit of Keanu Reeves news is that Bill and Ted 3 trailer dropped this morning. Looks absolutely amazing. There is so much more content, so much more scenes that are in the trailer.
Yep.
And definitely pushed me over the edge to say, yep, this actually looks all right.
Looks
Because the
pretty
last
good.
trailer, I was a bit, yeah. But this one actually, yeah, looks really cool. Oh, easy.
Which one are we going? There. That is Alan Scott Sentinel. How cool is that freaking costume?
It's old school. It's old school. It does look cool. It does look cool.
I've always loved, especially in the 90s. He was wearing this 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
And I just loved that as a costume. I thought, that is so cool. Come on, DC Sentinels.
Third bit of Keanu Reeves news this week is that he has developed a new comic book called Berserker. Have you seen this?
Sorry, I was about to do the Kevin Smith Berserker. Do you want a beep 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 Berserker?
He's actually working with Boom Studios.
Yes, I'm looking forward to this.
Comes out October 7th.
I've already had a couple of people message me going, can we pre-order this?
It actually looks pretty cool.
It's like, no, not until the previews comes out that it's listed in. But yeah, Keanu Reeves doing a comic book.
It's about an ageless, undying warrior that is working for the US government. Pretty much, if the Navy SEALs can't get a job done,
Yep.
they send him in.
Ooh.
So it actually sounds pretty cool.
I'm up for that.
And after reading that news, I thought, you know what? There's a lot of celebrities that have done comic books in the past that we should revisit.
So we're going to call this segment Revisiting the Past. You ready? Boy, we pulled that out of our rear
What
end.
would have been good is if the people at home could have moved their phone as
Do it
we were
again.
doing-
Ready? Do it
Okay,
again.
everyone at
1,
home move their phone, right?
2, 3. Hang on. We call this Blast from the Past.
Thanks for playing along at home.
Thank you. You're welcome.
There was a comic here that I wasn't aware of. It's called Voodoo Child from back in 2006. Nicolas Cage developed this.
We were talking about this afternoon. You tipped me off that we were going to talk about famous people who have created comic books.
Yeah.
And, my big thing, Kevin Smith. I was like, Kevin Smith. J.J. Abrams at the moment with his son Henry doing...
Don't forget Kiss.
Kiss, yeah. Gene Simmons has written comics and stuff like that. Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill did the Black Pearl.
But then you said to me about Nick Cage. I was like, I didn't know that. And what was it called?
So it's called Voodoo Child. It came out in 2006. Apparently, what it was the idea is that there was a spell cast in 1860,
Yep.
and it's only now affecting people in New Orleans modern day.
Ooh, it sounds
so
pretty
I
cool.
thought it sounds. And his son helped him develop it.
Yep.
Samuel L. Jackson did a comic called Space Criminal on the Run.
Yep.
John Cleese did a Superman spoof.
Oh, really?
The idea was that what would have happened if Superman had landed in Britain.
Yeah.
And the shot I saw was Superman with the Union Jack.
Oh, I remember that,
shield.
actually. Yes, that was an official DC comic.
And then one that we didn't know about was Rosario Dawson did one where it's like an SVU or CSI. It's called Occult Crimes Task Force.
Oh, okay.
Where it was like a police unit that was tasked to look into magic users in New York City.
Fantastic. Who would you, if you wanted a celebrity out there today, who you go, I'd like to see them do a comic, write a comic book. Any particular celebrity that jumps to mind that you go, fuck, I'd like to see him write a book, or something like that? Anyone there? For me, Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
I'd like to see Michael Keaton write just a short Batman story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
as long as he puts the line in there, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts! And then have him walking along a street vendor with all his robins around him and like, 5 things of nuts, hot nuts there. This shit writes itself. Michael Keaton, eat your heart out.
I might have to get you to find this for me because I don't think I've got the entire series. I've only got the one issue
of
the Mark Hamill, The Black Pearl.
I don't think it's been in print for years.
1996, Dark Horse. It was brought out.
Yeah, I don't think it's been in print for a long time.
It sounds.
I'll try and track it down for you because that's what we do here at Kaboom Comics.
It sounds like it'd actually be. It'd be on the mark for 2020 America.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot to do with the media and tabloids and celebrity.
I remember Wizard magazine doing like a showcase on it or whatever and talking about it in an issue of Wizard. And I remember back in the day, because we were in high school, I'm like, that sounds like a cool comic, but all my money went to DC for all the Batman and Flash and Green Arrow books and Justice League that we used to read.
It was cool because he had like the big goggles on and everything.
Actually, I've got a picture in my head right now of the cover, actually, yeah. I'll have to track it down for you there.
And then...
if you're a good boy, Santa might bring it to you for Christmas.
I was looking... Because I went down the burrow looking at the Black Pearl. In 2010, he came out in a... In 2010...
Restart that sentence, Ginge.
He was at a film festival where he announced that he had actually raised the $7 million from a British investor to make the movie.
Never did it.
And he wanted it to be a real edgy, dark thriller and an R rating.
And what happened? Just never happened.
And I thought he would have been ahead of the curve, with these R-rated comic books.
Damn.
Movies.
That would have been really cool to check out, I reckon.
Yeah, especially Mark Hamill directing it.
I like Mark Hamill. Did you ever watch that doco he did? Well, it was a mockumentary where he went to Comic-Con.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you ever watch that? I've got it on DVD. I'm trying to think what the name of that was. Cool. But anyway. Who's got some stuff there?
Bridget said, what celebrity I'd like to see do a cartoon? Wendy and Richard Pini.
Oh, the creators of ElfQuest. Yeah, they still create stuff today. I'm not sure. They'd be a fair age now. Jono said, you guys are a bit blurry pixelated. Was it just when we were doing the thing, or is it just in general? Jono, have you been drinking while you're cooking? Because that's... I wait till FaceTime me and I'm like, dude, you're all blurry. He's like, it's because you're drunk, dickhead. So it could be that.
He also spoke about the Washington Redskins. That's a shit weak name.
Yes, it is. Washington Football Club. That is just...
It is. It's just something that you put as a...
He says, it reminds me of something that really annoys me. When bands can't be asked naming an album, you end up calling it the band name twice. Lazy and not artistic at all. Yeah, I don't like that, when they do that. Come up with a cool friggin' name for your album. It'd be like making a movie and going, we're making a movie and it's friggin' about a boat sinking, about the Titanic. We're just going to call it Boat.
I thought you were going to say Titanic.
They did call it fucking
Titanic.
Did. My point was they would go, we're making a movie about the boat that couldn't sink the Titanic, but we're going to call it Boat. And Celine Dion's going to do a great song called My Heart Will Go On.
Oh my God.
My heart will go on.
G'day Jody watching home. Thanks very much for tuning in.
And of course Jody tunes in just as I start singing Celine Dion. What a horrible part of the show for you to tune in. I'm sorry, Jody. That was...
Jody, news just for you. We're talking about names of movies.
Yes.
This movie sounds like an amazing name. It's called To the Extreme.
What?
To the Extreme. Word to your mother.
Is this the one that Dave Franco is in?
Dave Franco is going to play Vanilla Ice.
Ah, really?
In a biopic.
Cool. I'm not watching it.
Now, I did know, and I'm pretty sure we did it on the show a little while back, that they announced that they were going to do the biopic, but it's now nearly about to go into production, obviously because of COVID.
Yeah.
Things happen. He's been speaking to Vanilla Ice himself.
Yeah.
Did you know his real name?
Vanilla Ice's name? No, I've heard it before, but it doesn't jump to mind.
It is Robert Van Winkle.
Van Winkle, that's right. Robert Van Winkle.
Obviously, you changed it because nothing rhymes with Winkle.
Sprinkle, Tinkle?
Tinkle Star?
Yeah. I was just going to say, I read a cool thing today. I didn't know this. This is
Word to your mother.
Word to your mother. Alison Brie from Community and that, right? I did not know her and Dave Franco are married. They have been for about 3 years.
Oh, shit.
Right? And I read today about how they met. So she was going down with her friend to New Orleans for Mardi Gras. And they met Dave Franco at the airport down in New Orleans. So, hey, you want to come and catch up for dinner with us tonight? And he's like, yeah, cool. I've got no other plans on.
Yep.
So while they're at the table, her friend has sent a text to Alison Brie going, what do you think of him? Like, you should go and hook up with him. Right? And so she's there at the table, she's read it, and she's like, oh, fuck yeah, emoji, heaps of smiley faces, emoji.
How come I never get
right?
invited to these kind of...
So the friend played matchmaker, so she tipped Dave off and said, hey, showed him the message and gone, Alison's really, like when Alison's getting a drink order or whatever, she's really into you. And he's like, oh shit, okay, well yeah, I'm into her too. But don't let on. Like we'll see how this goes. So then she's gone and said to Alison, hey, I've shown him your message, and she's like, what? And he's like, don't worry, he's really into you too. Now the awkwardness is out of the way because she's like,
no, but now there'd be way more awkwardness.
No, because she put in the message. Sorry, I bet you'd like to break a piece of him off or something. It was very sexual. Like I bet you want to bang him like a screen door or something like that, right? Anyway, she's like, hell yeah, right? So he's seen that. So he's like, oh, I mean, I'm a sure thing. And then she knows as well. Well, he knows that I'm up for it. And they spent 48 hours on alcohol and drugs just having sex, right, for 48 hours. After that, they went their separate ways. When he went back, he wined her and dined her in New York, right? Proper date. And then he slipped a secret message into her jumper that said, meet me in Paris and spend time with me when he was filming it.
Oh, yeah.
In Paris,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'll just come to Paris.
Just come to Paris, and she
I think you're a bit of all right.
And that was the start of it. But I thought, isn't that sweet? Not the whole in the 48 hours of sex, drugs, and everything else. But that's kind of cool. But I thought it was sweet that he did the secret note and the thing. And that's what I said. I didn't know that Alison Brie and Dave Franco are married. They've been married for like 3 years. There you go.
Would you ever sneak a note into your wife's clothing?
Probably.
To be honest, that sounds a bit...
It would be. And she'd pull it out and it would say, can you grab a 6-pack of Guinness on the way home? Right? And that would be romantic. She'd sit there and have a Guinness with me. That's our form of romance, right?
Danny, you're such a lucky lady.
She really is.
Hey to Leanne watching at home, thanks very much for tuning in.
Bridget said, gentlemen, will you marry me and have my children? Yes, they are still producing ElfQuest. Bridget, I'm spoken for, but this man right here, who knows?
I don't think I have the tubes to create children.
Oh, I was wondering where the fuck you were going with that.
Hey, Reese, watching at home, thanks very much for tuning in, man.
So that was my little story there that I read today about Dave Franco and Alison Brie. I thought it was sweet.
Wow.
I thought it was sweet.
Sweet.
But how's that, though? What a way of breaking the ice. Like, hey, you have a middleman, like in her case, a wing girl, who went, I'm just going to fucking... you'd love to bang him, wouldn't you? Oh, okay, right, cool, see that?
How come I don't get invited to these kind of dinners?
Do you know Alison Brie?
No, but I'm just saying.
Do I need to try and set you up?
I'm nearly 40.
Should we run a geek dating night or something like that somewhere down the track?
A competition just to date me? Because I don't want any other
We
competition.
can do Geek Bachelor. We'll run it through here. We'll do like the Bachelor, but do it geek style with Ginge. Yeah. We'll lie to people and tell them you're a millionaire. You drive a Bentley, you know.
It'll be just like the farmer wants a wife, but it's the comic geek wants a wife.
Reese said, will you have my children? No.
Maybe if you play your cards right.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Actually, I know for a fact, congratulations to Reese, by the way, he's engaged.
Is he?
Yeah, he's engaged.
Oh, we salute you, sir.
There you go. What else you got there? Geek Bachelor, give them a comic rose Danny makes. Actually, that would be...
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe this is all coming together.
We need to build a stage.
You
here.
fine folk, the Geek Speak crew, are giving us all these wonderful ideas. I love it. There you go. What else you got for me?
Well, there is some problems with Hollywood
You
at the
sounded
moment.
awfully American for a second. Well,
There are some problems with Hollywood at the moment.
there's always a problem with Hollywood.
So with COVID happening, that they're not going to have any content for the next 12 months.
And you know why? Because Mel Gibson spent a week in hospital with COVID. I broke the news to him today.
I nearly cried. This is Hollywood trying to kill our heroes.
Apparently, Mel Gibson did spend a week
Yeah.
or 6 days in hospital over there recently, like this week, beginning of this week or something like that. Being treated for COVID. So there you go. Apparently, the big beard didn't save him from COVID.
Sons of bitches, they're trying to kill our heroes. So what they're saying is Hollywood may not actually get back into gear until January.
Next year.
So-
So we're going to have a lull of stuff not coming out. Is that what? Because someone said to me today, this week, they're going, are you going to go back and watch a movie anytime soon at the cinema? I'm like, fuck no. And what's out? There's nothing out. And they were like, well, that's true, but they're doing all the replays
They
of
are
old
replaying
movies.
the old movies,
I was like,
yeah.
I have no interest in sitting in a cinema watching an old movie unless it was 89 Batman. Which leads me to another point. Event cinemas, Birch Carroll and Coyle, you can rent the cinema. You're allowed a maximum of 20 people.
Yeah?
$500 to rent the whole cinema to yourself. That's for you and 19 other people.
Cool.
Right? That works out to about $25 a ticket. Okay? But there's a list of films that are available to choose from, and there are some classics in there. Like when I say the classics, they
Gone with the Wind?
no, but they say fucking the Dark Knight trilogy, the Chris Nolan films. You can watch all of them.
You can keep that to yourself.
The Harry Potter, all the Harry Potter films. You can choose any of the Harry Potter films and watch them in there.
You can keep that to yourself.
Ghostbusters. Predator, I think. There's a whole bunch. There's a bunch of rom-coms. 10 Things I Hate About You.
Okay.
There's a list I think you can find either on their website or if you're a member of Cinebuzz, I think you can get an email. But anyway, yeah, $500 for you and 19 others, so 20 people all up, and you can. So it's about 20. We've done the math because me business good, mathy, ha ha ha. It's 25. I had to get a calculator out. $25 a ticket. But imagine you sitting in a whole cinema, you and your closest 19 friends or whatever, watching a movie on. I was actually tempted by the first Harry Potter. I was like, I wonder if we could get. I already said because our mate Brett was in here and he was telling me, I'm like, well, Brett, Wade, Danny, and me. There's 4. We need 16 more people.
I'm like, who the fuck is this Dobby character? Is he like Gollum?
He's not in the first movie, I don't think, Dobby.
Is he? Well,
I
thank
don't-
Christ for
I
that.
don't think so. Anyway, but there is a list, and my mate Brett was reading out the list, and there's a few of them. He's like, "Oh, they call these classic movies." I'm like, "That's not a fucking classic." But anyway,
Paul said that you can hire it for gaming too. Yeah, I saw a story this week that down in Brisbane and the Gold Coast, you can do computer gaming inside the cinema.
Reese has said Love Actually, Todd's favourite. Actually, Reese, it's not one of the movies available, I'm pretty sure, but if it was, I'd probably actually watch that.
It's yeah.
But yeah, I asked, I said, he's going through the list, I said, is Batman 89? No, it's not on there. None of the original Superman films.
What?
I don't think there was any of the Marvel films.
Really?
Yeah, you could go, we'll watch Avengers on the big screen. So, yeah, for me, I felt it was a bit limited. There was a lot of films I'd sit there and go, I'm not paying $25 and getting 20 of us together to watch that on the big screen. But you might like the movies on the list. I don't know. Check it out, Birch Carroll and Cool Event Cinemas, and you might be able to get a cinema for a night.
What they're saying is that this is probably the reason why the Snyder Cut has been given the go-ahead, because the majority of it is already filmed, so we don't have to worry about, filming issues with COVID.
There was meant to be some reshoots though, wasn't there? I think, and stuff like that.
Yeah, and what they're saying is, well, this is the way to get new content on screens without needing to go and start and film it from start to finish.
Yeah.
And what they're saying, this could also be a good chance for the Suicide Squad director's cut to be released
David
as well,
Ayer.
which may happen.
How do you pronounce that name? Ayer?
And what they're also saying is that animation is really going to be pushed at the moment to make new content for cinema screens.
Really?
I was thinking, what kind of content would you do to? I know that you would be doing Batman, but the Arkham City,
Yes. Yes, and
animation style,
Always said that.
and then just bang. That'd have to be a quick way to get movies on the screen.
Paul's gone Indiana Jones on the lust, and then he's gone list. I lust for Indiana Jones as well.
Bit of column A, bit of
I'll be
column B.
honest, from what Brett read out, no, I didn't see Indiana Jones on there.
What?
No. There's a lot of films that I was like, is that on there? Is that on there? No.
What about Blues Brothers?
Nope.
Ah, come on.
No, I don't think even Rocky Horror Picture Show was on there.
What?
No.
I can't believe this.
Reese said Big Hero 6, number 2. I love that Big Hero 6, the
Yeah?
first movie. That was
I've never
fantastic.
seen that.
Oh, do yourself a favour and watch it.
Yeah?
Fucking awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it. I watched
You went
no,
really high, like
I-
higher than I usually go when I get excited.
I read a little cartoon on Facebook. I should have sent it to you. And it was like flashback 1992, and there's these parents sitting there. Their son is drawing at a thing, and he's drawing like a big breasted woman in one thing, and then he's drawing like a shot of jeans, like a woman's butt in jeans.
Okay.
And the dad, I think it was. I'm a little bit worried about our son and his drawing, and she goes, "Oh no, it's just it's a phase. It'll pass." And it skips to 2003, and like fucking, is it Pixar?
Yep.
Who did The Incredibles?
Yes.
And it goes, Stevens! Like it's the picture of the thing with, and the word going, Stevens! Have you got that sketches yet for the new concept movie? And you see old mate's growing up. He's a bit pimply and everything else, and he's got a picture of Mrs. Incredible.
Yep.
And it's the one behind where she's got the booty on show, and
Yes.
he's like, "This is Mrs. Incredible. She can expand or whatever." But the thigh high boots and the thing are an absolute must have. It's like never grown up. Yeah, I should have sent it to you. It was a cool
That
little,
sounds cool.
just a cool little cartoon that someone had posted on Facebook.
Oh man.
I talk with my hands. I notice I'm doing. It's like a dance move.
Another trailer that was released today was the new Simon Pegg Nick Frost television series, Truth Seekers.
They're not acting in it though.
Yeah, they are.
No, when I read the thing last night,
You
only...
haven't watched the trailer then.
The trailer wasn't released last night.
It was released today.
I wrote it off last night because I got sent screenshots and a blurb, and it said they were only writing it. Malcolm McDowell and a whole bunch of people I didn't know.
They're in it.
Are they?
They're in it.
Danny, I take it back what I said last night. I'm now interested in watching it, right? Because my big gripe last night was when this came
Nick
out.
Frost is like the main character.
Fuck!
Yes!
So I wrote it off. I'm not watching that because I ain't got Nick Frost and Simon Pegg.
Yeah, they're 100%. They're in it. They're in the trailer.
You know what, Ginge? I'm so glad you told me that now. I'm so happy.
I've never seen you more angry in my life than right at that
I was
moment.
about to flip cups like...
I was like, you were like, don't mention that fucking television show. It doesn't even have the characters in it. They're 30-minute episodes. It's going to drop on Amazon Prime, and it's about a group of paranormal investigators.
You'd be all over that shit.
Oh, it looks really, really cool.
Yeah, it's not going to be too scary, is it? Because I know you
Shut up, Mum.
you were sitting there watching all of this.
No, I don't always have to go do the dishes when I'm watching ghost television shows.
No, it's not usually that. It's you. I'll be watching something scary and I get a tap on the door.
Don't tell people this shit.
And you'll be like, can I come in and watch a movie with you? But if it's scary, you've got to tell me.
The Exorcist is a piece of shit. Don't be like, you're watching it, then all of a sudden the girl's face turns demonic. I actually watched The Exorcist recently, and I was quite underwhelmed by the movie. It's not scary at
You ever
all.
watched the Amityville Horror?
The one with...
Well, the original, but also the remake with Ryan.
I'm pretty sure
Ryan
I watched that
Reynolds.
with you.
Right, did we go and see that on the
I
big
think
screen?
we went and saw that on the big screen.
Yeah. Did you watch the whole thing, or were you sitting there like this for most of it?
Hey, shut the fuck up.
Melissa George, that was what made... Because I remember going into it and I'm like, okay, Ryan Reynolds is in it. And I remember, I grew up with the original Amityville Horror.
He gets messed up in that movie.
Oh, but he was ripped in it too. when
Yeah.
he was doing... But anyway, and I remember you and I... Actually, we went to a premiere of that, I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure we did.
And we're sitting there and I'm like, fucking Melissa George, Aussie actress from fucking... What was she in? Neighbours or Home and Away, whatever it was. One of them shitty Aussie soaps. And we come out of the movie and went, holy shit. My attitude
It was messed up.
But she was phenomenal.
Yeah,
I
yep.
was like, holy shit, she's been held back all these years acting in crappy Australian stuff.
Yep.
But then what happened to her after that?
She has been in a few television series, but I've not... She was in a movie that was shot on the Gold Coast called The Triangle.
Yeah.
That I've always tried to find, but...
Can't get it?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that other Aussie chick?
It was in Transformers.
No.
No?
No, remember back in the day, there was rumoured she was going to take over from Sarah Michelle Gellar as Buffy. The Aussie, she was in Neighbours. Blonde, she also had done a song, released an album.
Oh, Holly Valance.
Holly Valance. Whatever happened to Holly
She was in
Valance?
Taken. Remember in the first Taken movie? And he was... Liam Neeson was her bodyguard. And she was the singer in it, remember?
Yes. Is
And
that the
then right
last
at the
thing
very-
she did?
Hey?
Is that the last thing she did?
I think she was in that television show that they were breaking out of the prison, called Prison Break.
Was she in that?
I'm certain she was in that as well.
I thought I read not long ago she hooked up with some like rich banker and that now, so she's living the the life of Lady Muckety Muck.
If only we all could. Neil said the triangle was great. Well, I'm going to have to check it out.
Can someone tell me what Holly Valance's song was that she?
Kiss Kiss.
Was that what it
It
was?
was called Kiss
Was
Kiss.
that when she was in the nudie?
Yeah,
type
because
suit?
I always remember the film clip because the lens flares were over this part of her body and that part of her
Did
body.
it get in the way of you imagining Holly Valance?
It did indeed. I'm like, fuck you, J.J. Abrams, and your lens
Did you
flares.
sit there early hours of the morning waiting for it to come on Rage with a box of tissues nearby?
Hey, stop telling people this. How do you know this shit? Is there a camera in my house?
I've just known you for so many years. We've been best mates for years. I know you,
You
dude.
son of a bitch. I'm sick of you telling people these vicious rumours.
The vicious, baseless truth. I mean, rumours. Anyway, Paul has said his father went to see The Exorcist in the 70s. He's never been able to go back to the cinema.
Really?
Not for real, Paul. Seriously,
I've-
that's not what's held him back, just because he saw that movie at the cinema. and
I've
didn't
seen
like it.
so many documentaries about The Exorcist, about people that were traumatized and they had to leave the cinema and they fainted and threw
Really?
up and all these different things. I was G'd up to watch this movie.
Who'd you watch it with?
I care not to say.
Oh, that's a secret. That's a secret. He keeps that secret.
I was watching it with Voldemort.
Okay.
And I was sitting there
Reese
watching
said-
it thinking, what the hell, man? This isn't scary.
Reese has put, didn't she play a hooker in something? Who? Holly Valance? I don't know. What was a character in friggin', was she in Neighbours or friggin' Summer Bay?
I'm pretty sure it was
Wait.
Neighbours.
She was Neighbours girl, wasn't
Paul
she?
said, yep, he was traumatized.
Really?
Traumatized by The Exorcist. Well, I guess up until that stage, people had never seen anything quite like that.
Oh, look,
There's a few scenes in it where you're like, I'm pretty sure that the scenes that I'm thinking about were only in the director's cut.
It was a groundbreaking cinematic achievement at the time, I guess, yeah. But I mean, we're seeing it through modern eyes, where I watch that stuff now and go,
And in the docos, they were saying that the director actually had a gun and he was firing blanks, like right behind actors to get them
yeah.
fully.
You know what? This is something, like, my sister's always been a fan of horror, right? Her two daughters, she's got 4 kids. She's got 2 daughters and 2 sons.
That'd be scary enough.
Yeah, it would be. Anyway, so her eldest daughter, Ebbs, is in grade 10. Ethan's grade 8. Cooper and Victoria are both in grade
That is some scary shit.
4. Now, there's, because the way, how the schooling thing falls for age.
Yep,
So
yep,
it turns out there's a year between those 2 kids, but they're in the same grade. Fucking just love the way that schools do that work that math out.
Right.
But anyway, so Victoria's 9, Cooper's 10, and then 15 and whatever age you are when you're in grade 8, right?
Wow, I'm going to get that little bit of film of you
13.
going...
13, all right? The 2 boys, big wusses, right? But the 2 girls, like their mother, are fucking phenomenal with horror films, right?
Okay.
Victoria, she's only 9. She's been watching them since she was about 5, right? And the real gruesome horror movies. Loves them. Does not have an issue with them, right? And gives her brothers absolute stick about being scared watching this stuff. So when she'll come in here, I'll be looking after the kids some afternoons, and the girls go, we saw a movie with Mum on the weekend, and I'm straight on, like, let me guess, a horror film? And I'm like, yeah, we watched It, or It Too. And you weren't scared? Oh, God, no, we love them. Oh, they're fantastic. And the boys, I'm like, did you go?
Well, I think what happens is when I go to watch a movie, I sort of project myself into the movie and think...
Literally,
how
you got a little projector of
Yeah.
you.
And as a little redhead...
Yeah, I was watching Blues Brothers at his house one night. I'm like, when did that redheaded prick get added into the film? Oh, wait, that's you.
And I wonder how I would react if I was in that situation. So I guess that's why I
You
get
put your...
very...
Hang on.
Yeah,
Seriously?
you don't. You
no.
don't. Well, that's...
I just tune out and watch it for a film.
Well, see, sometimes I will watch something and think, fuck, I wonder what I would do if I was in that situation.
Yeah. Jono just posted an interesting there. Priests were assigned to wait outside cinemas during The Exorcist. Why? Were they just blessing everyone coming out and going, right, you've all been possessed, round up over here and...
Well, there was a...
The Spirit of Christ compels you.
I need an old priest and a young priest. But I think the thing was that people genuinely thought that the film was cursed, and that by watching it,
Oh, for
it
fuck.
might
Is that like
actually-
The Ring? Remember The Ring? Japanese. You ever watch that?
Reese said he remembers The Grudge in high school as
Yeah,
well.
The Grudge was another good one.
The Ring, yeah, but how many people watch a VHS these days?
No, but I mean, did you ever watch that though?
I didn't know.
Where it comes out of the tower. That was fantastic.
Was it?
Did you ever watch the shaky fucking homemade Blair Witch program?
Yes.
Did you ever?
The Blair Witch Project, yeah. I saw that
program.
in cinemas,
Fuck.
yeah.
And Cloverfield. You and I saw Cloverfield
Did
together.
see Cloverfield.
Yeah. Was it me or you got a little bit funny because of
You
the...
got funny.
Yeah, because of the
Because
screen.
of the shaky.
It wasn't the content, it was the fucking camera doing this. I
Yep.
remember coming out going, I feel a little bit motion sick, following that on a big screen.
It's interesting you mentioned that because, I don't know if I should say this.
Yeah,
or
go
not.
on, say it.
I don't know. There's a cameraman that I know of that he calls his young offsider Cloverfield. And you want to know why? Because he refuses to use a tripod.
Oh, so his
everything's
camera
like
fucking
this.
works.
So they actually call him Cloverfield. I'm like, oh shit. I wouldn't say, but yeah, he says it to his face and calls him Cloverfield.
I worked with a cameraman once, no name. We were at a thing, and I had to stand behind him
Yes.
and rest my hand on his back because he's filming, but he rocks. And I'm worried because he was getting quite a rock up. So I had to stand there and put my hand on the back of him to steady him.
Hey, it wasn't me.
It wasn't him. It was
write
someone else, and I'm not going to name names. And I'd been tipped off that, like, you may just have to watch this guy and just put your hand there, just because he can't help it. He starts doing this.
Jono said that, people genuinely believed that they were possessed when they came out of the Exorcist movie.
Holy
That's why they
shit.
had priests there.
Damn. I'm not a priest, but I've played one in a movie before.
You have?
I have.
A young priest? You haven't really played an old priest, though.
Give me another couple of years.
Reza said, what's that one with the man and the woman in the house? It's like security footage. No, it's... it's,
Shit.
yeah, they made an entire series about it.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about,
Yeah.
but I can't think of the name because I've never actually watched it myself. So this is the thing. I love my darling wife because she's a scaredy cat. We can't watch... No, she is. Oh, she is. Even... I've talked before on old podcasts of Geek Speak about the Doctor Who episode, Are you my mummy? Right?
Yeah, with the gas mask.
The gas mask and everything else.
It's a little kid.
Little kid, are you my mummy? Right. My darling wife's like, we're going to watch this in the daytime. I can't watch it at night. And there's multiple movies like that where she's like, I can't watch this. We had to watch... What was the one that John Krasinski was in and directed and won the awards for?
A Quiet Place.
A Quiet Place. We watched that during the day because, my darling wife does not do horror. So, since I've been in a relationship with her and married, I don't watch horror anymore.
Okay.
Like, people have said to me, have you watched It? You'd love It. And I've gone, nah, because, we watch rom-coms and action movies and geeky stuff, but horror's just not on the list.
Paranormal Activity. That's the name of that movie series.
By the way, Jono, how's the roast coming along? Can we smell it yet? Can we smell it from here?
Really?
Yeah. Have you done your potatoes? Are they crispy? You do?
God.
What? Do you make gravy with the juices from the pan? I do.
He wouldn't make it the way that the song doesn't he hate that song?
What song?
How to
Oh,
Make Gravy?
yeah. Jono hates Paul Kelly's making gravy.
Doesn't he hate just Paul Kelly full stop?
I'll let him comment on that.
Okay.
How'd she go with the Weeping... Same thing, Paul. Weeping Angels, that episode.
Doctor Who,
that,
yeah.
Mate, nah. Got to watch it in the daytime, my darling. And I notice she's not chiming in here to say anything.
She's probably gone, I'm sick of you talking about
I'll
me.
go home and the lock will be changed. She's like, you can stay out there with all the Weeping Angels and the gas masks in the dark. To which I'll just say, I'll go to Ginger's place.
I'll be like, who the fuck is that knocking on my door?
Because I'll stir you up, even though your bedroom's upstairs. I'll find a way to get up there and go.
There'll just be rocks hitting my window.
And I'll be able to open the fuck up. It's cold out here.
You son of a bitch.
Otherwise, I'm going to Jono's place because he's got fucking roast.
Jono's just said, we're eating it.
Oh, is it good?
Reese just said, what about the Witcher series?
What about it? That's not
what's
creepy. That was not creepy at all. We watched that in bed together in Scotland. So we'd have a big day out. And it was
Wow.
like, how do we unwind? No, how do we unwind? Because we'd been on our feet all day walking around Glasgow. And I couldn't watch The Mandalorian, the last 2 episodes of Mandalorian, because I went to log into my Disney fucking Plus thing.
Because you're in a different country.
I'm in a country, it goes, you're not in Australia, you can't watch it here. It's like, fuck you, Disney Plus. So
You
we
did-
could get into our Netflix. So we lay in bed with Danny's big iPad Pro, and we would watch The Witcher. The first, I think we probably half of The Witcher we watched while we were overseas. It was fine because it wasn't that scary. It wasn't. I was actually disappointed with The Witcher because I thought it was going to be more monster hunting, and
Yeah.
and it wasn't.
Wasn't it all?
No, I didn't really.
Go on. Anyone got any questions while I give you this last bit of information?
Jono
about-
does hate Paul Kelly, whiny shite.
And then Reese has said, you better love Kenny Rogers. Hey, I had a bad experience, all right?
On a warm summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere. I bet you at home I could just sense it that Paul's ears have gone. Someone's singing The Gambler. Okay, what else you got for me? Before we finish the show, come on.
Lucasfilm is looking for a new head because Kathleen Kennedy
Oh,
is going to step down.
is it official?
Well,
I've heard lots of
okay,
rumours
take
this week.
this with a grain of salt, right? Every time anyone has ever said, George,
Oh, hang on, you meant to throw salt over
sorry.
the shoulder. Is it that
we have
one?
to. Actually, I think we should do it in a ring so that no.
Oh, you meant to throw it over the shoulder and then turn around 3 times?
We have to put a
It's
ring
like,
around.
Beetlejuice.
Don't say it 3 times, you son of a bitch! We have to put it around us to protect us from the demonic forces. Anyway, so whenever George Lucas has been asked, George, how about coming back to Lucas? He's always changed the subject.
Yes.
A week ago, someone just sat him down and said, what would it take for you to come back to Lucasfilm and Disney?
$1 billion.
He said 4 things.
Oh, okay.
Righto. I will. Number 1, I'll get to make my sequel trilogy,
Sequel trilogy.
which is the Skywalker trilogy with Rey. Get rid of that, and I'll make my
Oh, so how are they going to write that out?
7, 8, and well, maybe they'll be doing that thing that we spoke about in the last couple of weeks. You know, that Veil of the Force, where you
Yeah.
can make an alternate universe.
What's his number 2?
Number 2 is I get full creative control.
Fair enough. Number 3.
Kathleen Kennedy is gone.
Thank fuck for that. Number 4.
Disney, this is interesting, will never touch the original trilogy. They will never re-edit it, release an alternate edition. They will never touch it.
Disney should just be like, yep, tick, 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 tick. Here it is, George. Go run with it.
Apparently Disney said, when can you start? So, he may actually
Hang on,
come.
trumpets. Happy. You do a happy dance, I'll do a trumpet.
Oh, shouldn't I be doing this?
Yeah, do the truffle shuffle.
Is that how it goes?
Good. Celebrate good times. Come on! There you go. I nearly fucked that song up.
So, what that would mean is George Lucas would be the head.
Yep.
And Jon Favreau would be in charge of original Star Wars content.
Sweet.
Still. So it'd be interesting to see what is going to happen over the next couple of months. with
Cool.
Lucasfilm and Disney.
Very cool. Bridget has said it's bad luck to be superstitious. Well, we can't help it. So we are. I still touch wood. Whenever I say it, I've got to actually run somewhere in the shop where there's wood and touch it.
Yeah.
We meant to throw it over our left shoulder, apparently.
The camera's mirrored, so
Yeah. Okay. We're off. I want to go and watch the tail end of the Cowboys game. We hope you've had a fantastic show. Ginge, thank you.
yes, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen watching at home. We enjoyed
Thank
doing this
you.
with you, not just for you. Thank you very much for all your comments. Paul's just said we need a meme of Todd clapping and Wade doing the truffle shuffle. Yeah, I don't know. It's taking every vein in my body not to rip up my shirt and actually do the proper.
Please don't.
Yeah, all right.
I want to go home and have dessert yet.
Until this time next week.
We'll be here, same geeky channel, same geeky time, here at Geek Speak Australia. Have an awesome weekend and stay geeky.
Bye.
Bye-bye.